Welcome back to the channel. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe because pretty soon we're going to be at 10,000 subscribers and we're going to be giving away a Rolex Submariner. Stay tuned to the end. We're going to be reviewing a sick reference Platinum Daytona. So it's Monday, a lot going on, a lot. It's kind of tough coming back from Easter weekend, which was a lot of fun with family. Now it's back to the grind. We just sold the 99 of 99 Ruthenium Res, so we're shipping the box over to the client and getting it all set up and packed. We also got in a few crazy pieces, which I'll show you guys here in a bit. Oh, also this week, it's been kind of cool. Phillips has been auctioning that Plat Roast Salmon Centergraph, which we have. And it's doing really well. It's at 280 plus hammered. It's like 355, I think. So of course, since it's there, now everyone's reaching back out to us like, hey, can I buy it at this and this price? We'll see. We're definitely gonna sell it below auction. Probably sell it right around where it's at right now. But as the auction goes up, it's gonna get more and more interesting, especially if it goes crazy. And then the people that are messaging us are gonna want to pay more and more. So we'll see. It's good to see that auction's doing well. It's a really cool piece. I mean, people don't realize how much rarer it is than the Plat Gray Centergraph. Obviously, I understand that some people like Plat Gray more, but if you like salmon and something unique and rare, that's the one to go for. You know, they recently did an Elegant auction that went crazy. I just think over the next month here, all these auctions should go crazy. The market's gonna go up a bit. With it being usually a slower time of the season, it really hasn't been a slower time for us. You know, still not doing as well as like summer of last year, which is like the best time in watches, but definitely succeeding our numbers from last year. It's super busy. It's been nonstop. Gotten lots of inquiries. My side on sourcing have been hunting watches, yeah, nonstop. Okay guys, so sneaking up, we're in April, we got auction season, auction coming up here in a month. So I wanted to talk about some of the items that we have in inventory, and then we'll get to auction list that Phillips just listed, everything that will be auctioned, and we'll give a prediction on some of these pieces, on some of these Journes, and maybe like some of these older Pateks that are really cool. Honestly, I have no idea what some of those are gonna go for, but they're really sick pieces that I haven't seen before. One thing we just got in here, which is really unique, this is a steel 38mm RDM. So it has the rose gold movement, but what's really unique about these is they only made 38, so it's numbered out of 38. This is a really clean mint example on deployment. Color of the dial is just really nice. But what I really like about the steel pieces is they're just so comfortable. They're so lightweight. We did just get in and possibly maybe sold 38mm steel resonance on bracelet, which is crazy rare. A lot of these rare pieces, as we've discussed many times, once we get them in, they're immediately sold. But you know, if you're not crazy about like brass and you like the idea of having a steel 38, just of how comfortable this is on the wrist, limited of 38 pieces, this is a great watch. We just sold one of these, I want to say like 3 weeks ago. You know, we rarely see any of the steel set pieces come up for sale. When we do, we grab them, we sell them extremely well, because at one point people were breaking up their sets thinking they could get more money out of it that way. Recently at the December auctions, the res and the T went really high, and I think everything's kind of risen since. Having a complete set, I think, is, depending on the number, etc., can sell at a really big premium as well. But you know, a lot of them were broken up. The sets were broken up. So I think, you know, having a complete set, you're kind of in a unique spot as well, because there's not many complete sets out there, because a lot of people broke it up to make more profit out of the whole sale. That said, kind of in that realm, we're a little bit different. So we have some brass RDMs here as well. The first watch I kind of wanted to go over, and then I'm gonna go over these with the team as well, and we'll have like a general discussion, is there's an auction on a Pink Lune brass movement with a platinum case. We've had one of these before. I believe it's roughly 22, 24. There's a number, you know, some dealers have did a lot of research and posted of this piece. I think that this is gonna auction with hammer. Honestly, like the way things are moving, 600K is my guess. Now, we not long ago sold Platinum Gray Dial, which is not nearly as rare, for 400. Actually, thinking about that with hammer, I think this is gonna go for like 650, 675. I'm changing my guess on that. That's really beautiful piece. I mean, ever since we sold ours, just can't find them again. This one's a complete set. It's a great example. So I think that's gonna go for a lot of money. Now, the next one here is a two-tone Souscription Résonance. I don't know the exact number. I don't know if our team does, or a rough number, but it's gonna go for a lot. And I think this is gonna really push the market on all the rare pieces. I don't know. know. I mean, it's two-tone. I don't think there's many that are two-tone. Number 18. Man, I have no idea, but all I know is it's gonna be a big number. Let's put it that way. So I don't think that's like the greatest one to discuss, but yeah, it's gonna be huge because there's a lot of collectors out there that, you know, don't have the two-tone version, are gonna go crazy amounts of money on that. 100%. Now, as I'm cruising down here, okay, so we have a Ruthenium T-Turb 40mm, number 98. We just had a Ruthenium Res that sold very quick. It was the last one, which is really special. We had a lot of people reach out to us and a lot of people interested in the watch. With that being said, Turb being a bit more, I think it's gonna go for what, roughly like with hammer, like 1.8. This looks like a pretty clean example. However, I haven't seen the actual pictures of the watch. I mean, these with the Ruthenium on the dial and movement just looks absolutely insane. With that being said, with that going so high, I think like T's in general, like all the brass T's will kind of go up. I think these are definitely undervalued. And from what we saw when we recently had a Resonance, there's a ton of demand for pieces like these. My guess with hammer is gonna go for like 1.8, 1.85. Next up, we have an FB Journe RN Pisa dial. That thing is insane. Limited, I think it's, let me see if they announce it here. I think it's 5 piece, yep, 5-piece editions. This watch is absolutely insane. It's really, really cool. In thinking about it, so the mother of pearl, the sincere version, the black mother of pearl of the RN went for like 3.2 with hammer. I was saying less for this, but now that I'm just thinking about things and the way things have been moving, I think it's gonna go for around the same, which is absolutely insane, just being a gray dial with dark gray, black subdials, but it is really special and looks insane on the wrist. So I'm gonna go with 3.2. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I think that the number on that auction was insane, but you know, find another one, you know? So whoever wants it, there's a lot of people that want this watch and they have the money, they realize how rare it is, they're not gonna see it again, and they're gonna go all out to get this watch. So that was kind of the case. I think that's why the sincere mother of pearl went so high, and I think this could do the same. I would say roughly around there. You know, even really rare like boutique RNs and stuff like that are going for a lot of money, but this I think is really unique, limited 5. I think it's gonna go absolutely crazy. And then we'll do one more here and then kind of ask the team their idea, their opinion on what they think it'll go for. But I think all in all, this auction is gonna be insane. There's a lot of really good pieces. It's really gonna go absolutely crazy. Look at that, 3700 Tiffany. There's a lot of cool stuff. Let's see what we got here. Oh, subscription RDM. We have some gray tees. Here's a yellow tee. It is an 03 tee, complete set, yellow dial, platinum. It's a really cool watch, really beautiful. Not too many yellow examples out there. Definitely gets kind of the premium over rose and white gold dials. Man, where am I gonna go with that? I mean, with the Ruthenium, it is a small screw 03, so my guess is this is gonna go for, with hammer, I'm saying 2.4 million. So mark that, 2.4 million, which is a lot. These watches, we have some, like here's an 03 T that we have in stock. These are just absolutely insane and just amazing watches. Once you have on your wrist, they're a piece of art. Really, really special. I think 2.4 with hammer is the number.
Are you talking about the auction?
Yeah. So I want to get your take real quick and we'll ask Lake's take. So I just did a few. Maybe next week we'll do a few more on like where we think things will auction at. So here, I just did this one. This is an 03T yellow dial platinum. Remember, with hammer fee, all in price is what I'm doing.
All in, I'll say 2.1, so after hammer it would be like 2.45, right?
I said 2.4, yeah. And then we did,
You can get that watch right now for roughly like what, 1.9 to 2.
I think even more now. I mean, try and find one, yeah. Yeah, maybe like 1.92.
So I just told Omri to take the
Yeah.
Omri was offered gray plus 900K. Is gray plus 900K.
I don't know, that's kind of a lot. I think gray's worth more, so no. Another one was the Pisa dial, you know, the gray with the black subdials.
Let me see.
It's limited to 5 pieces. A Ruthenium Turb, number 98. What would you be on that?
Low 2s.
Oh, wow. Low 2s, okay. This is the Pisa, limited 5 pieces.
Oh, a lot.
What do you think?
I'm not super well versed, but I'd say 3s maybe.
Okay, 3 what?
3.6.
Okay.
Where are you at? More?
I did, I think 3.2 or 3.3, similar to the mother of pearl that they did a bit ago. And then the last one was a Pink Lune brass movement, pretty rare. It's like a pinkish orange.
Maybe 5s.
5s?
Yeah.
I said 650. You know what these watches will auction for. So first off, we have a Pink Lune brass movement with card. We had one
Isn't it?
like a year ago, remember?
I think it's the yellow.
Well, it's like a pinkish yellow, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently what I've learned about that watch is actually the yellow that they did in the 04. So brass lunes were only made in 04. That yellow is actually one of the brightest yellows that Journe has ever come out with. So really special watch. The yellow really blasts. I mean, I think that that watch is gonna go really high, personally. I think that that watch, if I had to estimate a price for it, I would say 520 grand.
That's it?
It's my guess.
I went with 650.
650, dude. If
I
it goes
think
for
so.
650,
Was roughly like 22-ish made. We did sell one in the past. It's just to get another one, it's gonna be freaking really hard to find. There's just like none out there. I feel like a lot of collectors that have it aren't reselling them.
people that like yellow dials, like that is like one of the coolest yellow dials they've ever come out with.
I think this may be like pink though.
So it's an 03. So 03, 04 were the only time they made Lune brass, but look,
It's yellow. I've seen more photos. I think it's yellow.
I know on the card it's yellow.
Because for that rose, it would be like the RDM we have.
that's kind of funny. They don't even say the dial color on the description. Like, that's like super weird. Yeah, I was at 650, but
mean, look,
you think 550?
Yeah, I'm a happy camper. I think it definitely could get there. I think it definitely could.
Next, we have the RN Pisa dial, limited to 5 pieces ever made.
3 million.
3 million?
Look, that watch is actually a watch that I've had some clients ask about for years. So like a lot of our like Journe purists, that watch just works really well for that configuration. Like the Pisa of the Résonance, I think a lot of people just think that that is the best Pisa configuration out there. And in terms of like color combos for the res, what works well with that dial, I mean, that's like a lot of people's number one. You got like those Ruthenium-esque basically sub dials and a really cool cream color. It just looks incredible, and there's none of them. I mean, I think that that watch is a Résonance collector's dream. I think the configuration's incredible. I think that watch is definitely gonna pull at least 3 million from auction.
Next, we got a number 98T Ruthenium.
Number 98.
Ooh, Ruthenium T, so that watch has gone up quite a bit. So we saw in the last auction, there were a couple, they were always trading between like 1.1, 1.2. Obviously, that's like a while ago, a year ago. That watch is really a special watch. Number one, it's a 40 millimeter T. A lot of people like, I mean, look, you have a lot of people that like the 38s, but there are people that like 40s more.
I think the catch with it is the Ruthenium's just insane.
The Ruthenium
So
is
sick.
insane. So
Yeah.
I mean, that piece is just a special piece. The design language on the T I prefer over the TN. It's 40 millimeter, super unique, the only 40 millimeter T that was ever made. For me, that's a watch that I think the price increase that we've seen in the Ts, obviously, but also just the Ruthenium pieces across the board, I have to say that I would guess that watch goes for 2 million.
2 million.
2 million would be my guess for that.
And then last, we have a Plat Yellow T 03.
So I think Plat Yellow T, super special watch. I think that I just love those gold dials. They're a little speckly. It's just, it looks incredible. That one, I haven't like looked close enough at the dial. I'm not sure if the dial has any marks or blemishes, but I think that that watch could pull in around 2.5 to 2.6 after hammer.
Strong, very strong.
I think that watch.
So let's see, Alec, Lake, and I were all in the same range, like minus like 100K each way, I guess. Depends on the watch. But yeah, those are some crazy numbers.
I mean, they're all right.
And look, it was crazy. In December, we were very bullish on the numbers that we predicted, and actually it surpassed. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We're excited for March. Things are already, excited for May. Things are already brewing up though, for sure.
I mean, I think overall, the pieces that you're going to see get the biggest spike in this auction are going to be your brass pieces. I think a lot of historic pieces, brass pieces, like your T's, brass resonances, brass lunes, brass RDMs, those are the pieces that I think we could see at least 30% increase in price from an auction result that's relatively solid. I mean, I think a lot of pieces that have gone up a significant amount. Like, look, I do think black labels are great investments as well, but I think that right now, the way things are positioned, you're not going to see as much increase in value in pieces like that. We're going to see a bigger percent increase over the next year. It's going to be your brass pieces and pieces that are just a bit more historically aligned. And the thing is, people don't realize, like, they only made 2,000 brass pieces total. So that's your RDMs, which was the bulk of that. So most of the brass pieces were RDMs. Then you have your lunes, which are actually only made for 1 year. People don't realize how rare that is. Your octochronos, those have gone up a lot. Very cool watch. Journe purists love them. And then your resonances and your tourbillons. Also Calendrier as well. Calendrier, they did not make many of them. I believe they have a Calendrier in the auction as well.
They do. Pretty much every watch that they have in auction is, for the most part, it's brass, minus the RN, but no black label, no boutiques. Yeah, it's really heavy on brass and the older stuff.
Look, I mean, even if there wasn't an auction filled with brass, I would tell you brass is the best investment right now. With that being said, buy a brass before the auction. You're not going to be disappointed.
Today we're giving a G&G score for 126-506, new reference, Platinum Daytona and 40 millimeters. This watch is absolutely stunning and one of my favorites. For value, look, you have a full Platinum Daytona. I think the value on these are absolutely great for where they are at. So for value, I'll give it an 8. For residual, I'll give it an 8 as well. These are very unique, just like the Le Mans, because they have the open case back. I think down the road, they're gonna be very collectible for that reason. They just did it with the Platinum and Le Mans. And it's just a really, really nice watch. These went up immensely and we're actually selling really well. For a wow factor, I'd give this an 8 as well. The ice blue dial in the sun is really, really nice. Yeah, an absolutely stunning watch, and it really pops in the sun. Horology, you know, being the classic Rolex Daytona chronograph, I give it a 7. And then for comfort on this watch, look, a lot of people like the Platinum. If you're going for the Platinum just because of the weight, they like to feel the heft. For me, it's a little bit heavy. I give it a 7. So that lands us at a G&G score of 7.6. I mean, really, just overall, I'd give this watch an 8. It's an absolute beautiful watch.